Hello everybody, welcome to days 4 through 8 of 2025's Summerween. Summerween is a vibes-only readathon that takes place in July every year, hosted by Gabby Reads, and the goal is to just bring some Halloween fun into the middle of summer when we are all dying from the heat. You know it's true, and if you live in the southeast, you know it's extra true. I'm dying with my fan off right now. But Summerween, I've already read 2 books for this readathon. I have 2 books left to read, and I am deviating from the OG TBR. Originally, I was going to read Don't Let Him In by Lisa Jewell, which I'm still going to read. This is the book I'm going to start today. This is for Read a Book in the Dark. Since it's on my Kindle, that will be very easy to do. But I was going to be reading Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid for Sky on the cover, and I do need to read that book, and I'm very excited to read that book. But Summerween has kind of reignited my love of the thriller genre during this week. I'm out of a reading slump that I was in for almost all of June, and it is thanks to thrillers. So I just kind of want to continue reading what I'm loving right now. Y'all might have noticed I'm not doing my Battleship TBR this month just because June was so hard for me mentally and emotionally that I didn't want to punish or lock in my reading, which is something that has been struggling already, to something so rigid. So Battleship will be back, but I'm just vibing this month, and I think it's the perfect month to just kind of let myself read as I go. But I don't know what the second book I'm going to read is. It does need to have a sky on the cover, but that is pretty much the only thing that needs to happen. I did pick up some $1.99, $2.99, and KU thrillers based on some of your recommendations over the last couple of days. I know Amazon is not the best place to be giving my money, but until teachers make more money in this country, I have to just kind of pick and choose between like what's given me a sale, you know, and I hate it. And I do spend my money at indie bookstores as much as possible, but $1.99, $2.99, they know what they're doing, and I fell into it. My dad also sent me a little bit of money for Prime Day, and he said have fun. So we had fun. I don't know what I'm gonna read yet. I will update you after we finish this one and we're picking another book. But before I can read anything, and it is already like 2:15 in the afternoon, I need to go to the store because it is a tragedy and I am out of coffee pods and I need coffee. I was up until 2:30 a.m. editing the vlog that went up today, the first half of Summerween, and I slept until like 10 and went to make coffee and realized I didn't have any. I did make my little green apple caramel soda, which I'm enjoying, but it has no caffeine in it, and I need some caffeine. I need to pick up some Diet Cokes. If they have any fall mugs, I might pick out a fall mug. I don't know. Kroger sometimes gets stuff really early for Halloween and sometimes they don't. But when I get home, we will be reading some of this, and then tonight I do have a Patreon book club discussion, and after that we'll read some more. I do love reading on my Kindle, so I am excited to just kind of lock in and get cozy tonight. Whew, so many fun things coming our way, guys. I love Summerween. Hey guys, welcome to day 6 of Summerween. I do have reading updates. Last night I did read to 16%, page 65 of Don't Let Him In. I meant to read so much more yesterday, but my brain was doing squirrely little things and I could not focus for long periods of time. Around 10 o'clock, I finally did lock in and decide that I wanted to read, but then I got tired super quick. So anyway, let me tell you the setup of the story because I am intrigued. I can't say that I think anything mind-blowing is going to happen in this book, but just the exploration into characters is what is hooking me. So we're following 3 different subsets of people. The first subset of people is Nina, who is a mother. She's in her 50s and she has lost her husband, Patty, and we're getting this through the POV of their daughter, Ash. Ash has gone off and tried to make a life for herself in London, but she kind of failed at it, so she has moved back home and is living there in the wake of her father Patty's death. They receive a note and some flowers from someone who was allegedly one of Patty's good friends in the restaurant business. He owned several restaurants. And they're just like, I wanted to extend my condolences. He was just one of the best people I've ever met. And Ash starts to feel like, oh my gosh, this is a man that like loved my dad and we didn't know anything about him. It would be so fun to meet him and just like chat about good memories. And the mother, Nina, at first is very skeptical, but things change pretty quickly because Nina does let this man, Nick, into her life. And it's not just a let's catch up on happy memories. They like start seeing each other. And this flips a switch for Ash because initially she was interested in this man, Nick, and all of the things that he could have had to say about her father. But the second that he invades on a romance with her mother, she is like, this guy's sketchy, I don't like him, my mom shouldn't be moving on this fast, etc. In another POV, we have a woman named Martha. She is a cute little single mom. She's got curly blonde hair. She owns a flower business and she has got 3 kids. She is divorced, and this man named Alistair comes into her life, and Alistair is like the perfect man. He plans all of these trips. He apparently makes a lot of money and like will plan these trips and these dinners, and sometimes they go through and sometimes they'll be like, oh honey, I'm so sorry, I got called away to work, I have to go traveling. And that's kind of the relationship that they have right now. He's fine with her kids, but she like hangs on to his every word and just doesn't want to disappoint him. There's even a scene where you can tell she is upset with him and she's like, I should have just thrown on a big baggy t-shirt and some pajamas and not done myself up when I knew he was coming home, but I couldn't help myself. I like dressed up so that he could see what he'd been missing. And she just like gives into him. Then we have a POV from 4 years ago, and this is the only one that is told in first person, and it is told from the man's perspective. And he is married to a woman. We don't get names for quite a while, so I'm not going to give any names either, but this man is married to a woman and he is getting a little bit sick of her. She is 48 and his inner monologue is just disgusting. He's talking about like how she's getting a little softer and rounder around the edges and how he should tell her, oh, just use half the amount of butter on your toast. But he's thinking all of these things and he doesn't say them out loud, and it's because he's a manipulative, conniving little piece of dirt. And he'll just be like, I have to maintain this image that I am the perfect husband and I'm giving her everything that she wants, while his inner monologue is just disgusting and I hate him. Anyway, this man is talking about like all of the things that he is doing for his wife. Meanwhile, in his inner monologue, he is thinking about another woman. And he'll even do things like walk behind the young doughy-eyed girls and like make them feel uncomfortable just to prove that he has the power to make them feel uncomfortable. He doesn't want anything from them, but he just does these creepy, disgusting things, and he is everything that is wrong with a man. And we are getting the impression that the man in all 3 of these scenarios, so Nick and Alistair, and then the man whose POV we are getting the impression that they are all the same evil, manipulative, conniving man. And some people are starting to pull the rug up and see what's underneath, and some people aren't. So, like I said, the study on just human character and the nastiness of men sometimes is what I am getting out of this book. So I am about to, like I said, lock in. I'm gonna do a 45-minute focus time on my Forest app and see how far I can get. I do have to have lunch at some point, and then tonight is like a special pickleball night, if you care. If not, you can skip this part. But pickleball, you get ratings, and it's called a DUPR rating, the Dynamic Universal Pickleball Rating System. And this kind of lets you know how you compare to other people. So right now I have a very, very low rating. It goes from a 2 to an 8, and like nobody is an 8. I think the highest like pickleball person is a 7 point something. His name is Ben Johns, but I am like a 2.0853 or something. But you can play other people, and if you agree to it being a DUPR match, then you can enter it and it'll like redo your ratings. So tonight, the park in my city is doing a rated play night. So basically you'll go and people anywhere from a 2 to a 3.5 can show up, and there's an app that will like pair you with people and pair you against people. And over the course of 3 hours, you will play with at least almost everybody that shows up, if not everybody that shows up as your partner, and you'll also play against everybody that shows up. And that way it's really giving you a more accurate understanding of how you play with and against everyone. Because if you're teamed up with like the best player there and you're the worst player there, you're not gonna get the same kind of rating as you would if you had to work with a bunch of different ratings, if that makes any sense. So that's what's going on tonight. I'm really hoping I can win a couple games and my rating can go up a little bit. I would love to see it get to like a, I don't know, a 2.2. That would be cool. I'll update you on that though. Right now though, for the next several hours, the priority is nothing but reading. Yeah, let's read. Right as I was picking out my playlist for reading, because I like to have like an anti-anxiety calming playlist going. It just helps me like zone in on the book. I got a notification that there was a package at my door and it was this book. I haven't read this one yet. This is the Grady Hendrix that gets recommended to me the most and the most often, and also like the one that I hear the most positive things about. It is My Best Friend's Exorcism, if you can't tell, and I'm just very excited to have a copy. This was, I think, $5 yesterday, so I got it. I actually didn't pay anything for it because I had some credits, so like I didn't even really give my money. So I own this now. Yay. I have more to update you on than just what I'm gonna say, but I had to read you this passage because this narcissistic piece of crap man, listen to what he has to say about one of the women that he was in a relationship with. She was always mad about cats, but I never let her have one because I personally don't like them very much. I hate how it's up to them whether they like you or not. Like, you should be grateful for their attention. Sir, that is you. You don't like cats because they're a reflection of you. And also, have you ever met a cat? Because you haven't met my cats. They would like you. Sir, excuse me. This man makes me feel enraged. And he's not real, but he still makes me feel so angry and so bitter and so just like, if I were the type of person to put my middle finger up, I would be doing it right now. I'm home from pickleball. You can see my pumpkin lights. I hung those today. My score did not in fact go up. My score went down to the bare minimum. So the only place to go now is up. I did have a really, really fun time. There is one person I play with that stresses me out a little bit because when things don't go this person's way, he expresses it very outwardly, and that is stressful when you're that person's partner. But other than that, everybody was really kind. I played with a whole bunch of people of a whole different levels. There was a coach that seen me play before, and he even gave me a compliment and he said that he could tell I have improved since the last time he saw me, so that made me feel good. I did bring my book to read in between games. I read like half of a chapter, but I'm about to shower because I'm freezing. Which is, I mean, that's incredible. What a miracle. But I think it's because, you know, I got like sweaty and then I came into a cold apartment. And so the sweat is what's making me cold. I stopped at Mickey D's and they were out of Diet Coke because they're always out of something at McDonald's. But this crispy Coke Zero also tastes very nice. But as soon as I shower, I am so excited to read some more of this book. I am hooked. I want to see this miserable piece of crap man get what's coming to him. I'm like, is this kind of going to be a John Tucker Must Die situation where all of these women who have been wronged are going to like meet up and get back at this man? I'm not sure, but I can't stand him. And I have not felt hatred towards a character like this in so long. She is writing him so well. I don't know how she is getting in the mind of this man. This is the way to readathon. Got your gooseneck Kindle stand, and you put your Kindle in it, and then you lay there and you just stare at your electronic device. Hi friends, I feel dead. It is afternoon. I just got ready for the day. I only made it to 50%. Don't let him in last night. I was just beat from pickleball, like, let's be honest. I'm still really liking it though, and I'm going to finish it today. However, with it already being noon, I have errands to run and I have chores to do. when I get home from running those errands. But I am gonna take my book with me. And we just got a little acai bowl, yogurt bowl place that opened up. And I think in the spirit of Gabby and Summerween, I do need to go try it out. So I'm gonna go there for lunch first and maybe read a little bit while I eat. Run our errands. The errands might take us to the HomeGoods, TJ Maxx realm. And if they do, we may be looking for some Halloween decor. And then I'm gonna come home, do my chores, and then settle in and read. The good news is I have nothing going on this evening, so I will finish this book. And then my plan is to look at the books I have that have a sky on the cover, pick the shortest one, and that will be the book that we finish tomorrow with. So fingers crossed that my plan works out, but yeah, we have to get going and like get stuff done. Here's the update. It was 95 degrees. Y'all are gonna get tired of hearing me say that I don't have air conditioning in my car, but I feel like I'm some sort of combination between melting, going to pass out, and more dehydrated than I've ever been in my life. So I am home. I have a couple of things to do, but I'm about to take probably my first shower of the day because I do want to take a walk tonight. But yeah, like I just feel like a drowned rat right now. Can confirm I smell bad. Okay, I really just want to read. If you wanted to see me put back together at this point in the day, I don't know what to tell you. This is how it's going to be, but I thought I would do a little bit of a like HomeGoods and random stuff haul. So let's start with what was in my mailbox today, which was my Aardvark book box. I do not get Aardvark every month, but when they have picks that I'm excited about, I do get them. And come on, y'all. This cover, focus on this, please. There we go. This cover just got me, and I say it every time I get an Aardvark book. The feel of the covers and then the feel of the hardcover, there is nothing like it. It is butter. I am very excited to read this one. It is witchy. It's the Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping, but I feel like it's gonna be very cozy. And so yeah, when I'm wanting some witchy cozy vibes, this is the way we gotta go. It's by Sangu Mandana. And then I did get one more book. I've never gotten 2 books from Aardvark at a time, but I did this time. And it is an oldie, but a goodie, Bride by Ali Hazelwood, which I haven't read yet. And again, I could just touch the covers all day. I don't know much about this one. Paranormal romance, vampire werewolf, and it's by Ali Hazelwood. Let's have a moment for the naked cover. Let's touch it. I'm very excited about both of these picks. Yup. I will be reading them both this fall, hopefully, allegedly. If I don't beat me up. And then this is the bookmark this month. It's like little pixels, very cute. And then I keep my Aardvark boxes in case I ever do Pango again. All right. HomeGoods, y'all can see the bags right here. I didn't get that much, but I still felt like I spent so much money. This is not Halloween related, but the checkout got me. Yeah, with as hot as it is in Mississippi, I got a portable fan. This will come with me to the pool. This will come with me wherever I go in my house. Necessary. Okay, I bought this little work of wall art. It's just a little ghosty in her little girly shoes. I'm very much like a pink Halloween girly decorator. So just this little ghost in her little girly high heels. I don't know where she's gonna go yet, but I'm gonna find the perfect spot for her. I was like, why is this bag so heavy? It's because I put my water bottle in it to get up the stairs. That's why. I got a blanket. These are the ones that feel kind of like the Barefoot Dreams blankets. They're so soft and just the quality is so good. So it's a little purple blanket with some jack-o'-lanterns on it. So cute. There were so many blankets I could have gone home with. They had the really, really furry, fluffy ones too, but I really liked this purple. Like, I know people want their like pink Halloween, but like this purple spoke to me because purple is still like one of the traditional like Halloween spooky colors, but it's kind of like pastel. I don't know, I really like it. And then for my bookshelf, this is the last thing I got. I got these little ceramic ghosts and they are LED, so they light up. See? And I thought I could put them on my bookshelves behind me for videos and for cozy ambiance. And that is everything I got at HomeGoods. I'm gonna drink my water because I feel so dehydrated and probably just sit here with my portable fan and my tower fan and get some reading done now. Here's my little cozy reading area. I love her. I don't want it to ever not be Halloween. There has been a murder. Just me sitting here in bed with my lovely little Kindle stand, and I have reached page, let's see, 207, and I'm still really enjoying this book. But something that I have to note, just because I'm feeling it, is things with this man are starting to feel a little bit repetitive. And I think that's because us as the reader see him using his tactics on all of these women in his life. But we have to see him using these tactics like repeatedly in all of these scenarios, whereas each POV is only seeing them in like little blips. But like, it is maddening. And I know it's supposed to be maddening, but like, it's maddening to the point where I'm getting annoyed having to read it over and over again. He is very manipulative when he comes to talking about money and like investing his capital and his assets and blah, 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 blah. He just uses words that sound good. And I feel like it's just paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs of him being a narcissistic manipulator using the same words and phrases over and over again. And I'm like, come on, somebody catch him in a lie and like actually get him. Cause I feel like he's not getting gotten, you know? Okay, let's get back to it. First of all, look at my ghosties. See if I can get him to focus on them. Look at my ghosties, just look at them. Oh my gosh, they're so cute back there. We need names. I need names for my 3 ghosties, please. Anyway, it is now I was making sure I was on mute on my sprints. I'm sprinting right now, but it is the last day of Summerween. I'm so sad. I have had so much fun this week, and really I want to carry some of my rejuvenated love for thrillers into the next several weeks, but I finished this morning. I meant to finish it last night. When I'm tired, y'all, I crash, and I crash hard. And I got a new pillow that really helped me sleep well, so I can't say I'm mad about the sleep, but I did finish this, and I gave it 4.5 stars. The ending gave me everything I wanted, the whole entire book. I'm not saying that it was totally satisfying or unsatisfying. I'll leave that to anybody that picks it up, but I really liked this book, and it wasn't like crazy, like shock you out of your pants thrilling. It was just like an exploration of how disgusting humans can be. And I know I have like ragged on men specifically while reading this book because the character that you hate in this book is a man. I'm not saying that I'm like a man hater, y'all. I really am not. But it did just let you know how narcissistic some men in this world can be. Narcissistic, manipulative, gaslighty. It felt like somebody that you know could have been this man. The only reason I didn't give it 5 stars was because I just got so sick of hearing this man talk. And I know that's the point. I know we were supposed to be sick of him. We were supposed to be able to see him as this outside source that wasn't being manipulative or gaslit, but I just wanted him to shut up. I just wanted him to shut up. And all these long, long, long passages of him talking and pleading his case to these women. Like, he would go to hotels, or like, it's not that he would go to hotels. He would say he was going to hotels, and then the woman at the time would confront him and be like, hey, like, you haven't answered your phone, I've missed you. And he would just give paragraph after paragraph, sometimes page after page, explanation to a sob story about why he wasn't able to check his phone, and he just missed you so much, and you have to understand, my mother is so sick, and I wasn't in the headspace to pick up my phone. My ADHD was flaring up, and I just went back to the hotel and I crashed every night, and I just wasn't in the headspace to call you and like think about the happy times that I had with you. I just needed to suffer through this on my own. I just wanted him to shut up. The women in this book were all very, very, very compelling. There was something that happened at the end that like just made me want to like fist pump, and it wasn't anything huge. It wasn't like related to the main plot. It just was nice to feel a justice resolution for one little plot thread that I was wondering if was gonna get tied up. So I really did like this. Now we're on the last day of Summerween. I still have a whole day to read something, and so I had to pick something fast. And so on sprints, I kind of went through what all of my options were. I'm not picking something with a sky on the cover because I was thinking through all the books I've already read. With a Vengeance had a sky on the cover, so technically I have already read through all of my prompts. We are shifting gears, and I'm going to show you on my Kindle what we're going to read in a second. We are now going to read The Thrashers by Julie Soto. I have never read anything by Julie Soto, but this book comes highly recommended from multiple sources in real life and on the internet, which doesn't always happen. So this is a book that's kind of in the vein of Pretty Little Liars. There's this very elite friend group and somebody wants in, and then there's a murder. So yeah, That's really all I want to know about it. I love going into these kinds of books blind, but one of the guys in my in real life book club liked it, and then like Cassidy liked it. Sherry was telling me to read it on sprints, that she gave it a 4.5 yesterday, and because it's YA, I feel like of all of the options that I have, this is probably the one that I'm going to read through the fastest. So I don't know how long I'm sprinting today, but I'm about to sit here and get some reading done. Happy Summerween, day 8.